Telling me what I want up in the streets. Me live me life and me not stress.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ufundi Jwandi. Mdana gonna see your lady friend on radio, man. Hey, season 2 of hashtag What Happened to Spaza. There's always gonna be somebody relevant to the topic. What happened to Spaza? The last time we chat, Tina Songa, in fact, the last time you saw me with a guest, it was before even COVID hit, guys. So after the COVID, we obviously could not do any more episodes, but right now we're back. Sorry we took so long. That's why I decided, Wana, if we're gonna come back for season 2, let's come back with a banger of a guest. And I'm sitting here with a legend. When we talk about Indaba Spaza, everybody knows Crosby. Help me welcome, dudes. Cross.
Yeah, sister.
Cross, dude. I know, I'm good. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, you know.
But I'm glad we're here today.
Yeah,
after COVID.
Finally.
Post-COVID, we're here.
Exactly.
Thank God for that.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Thanks for coming through, dude. Now, the biggest thing, or one thing we're here for, is hashtag What Happened to Spaza, right? Now, you're one of Abantu that started this Spaza way from the beginning.
That's
with
right.
About DAT and all of that. Yeah. There's always been a question around Spaza. Good dad. In your opinion, who would you say started this Spaza? And when I was in the mix Spaza?
Okay, so basically, as an OG, I will be very honest with you.
Yeah.
So the first person in Namva repang is Xhosa.
Yeah.
Especially with the slang, Sasekasi.
Yeah.
Was actually DAT.
Okay.
DAT was part of a group actually Black G Flow at the time, and it wasn't called Spaza though.
Yeah.
It was called the Earringans. You understand?
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
okay,
so
kasi tsotsi style
exactly.
vibe.
You understand?
Okay.
Slang you know, tsotsi style sometimes you mix it up with a bit of English because we have some words that are, you know, English wise. So DAT is the first person I would say I heard rap in Xhosa, you know, fully. Apart from my cousin Uzoro.
Okay.
Who's the leader of the Chronic Land, because Zoro and DAT, they kind of come from same kind of era. You understand?
Yeah.
So, you know, they had this thing of being proud of, you know, of rhyming in your language and doing music in your language.
Yeah.
As much as, you know, what was accepted is when you kind of do it in English or you know, to fit in, you know, in the industry.
True.
So those are the guys that I knew. And then later on, it was a thing about 99, 2000 actually. I met DJ Keeler from our hood, and DJ Keeler said, "Hey man, there are these guys that I need you to hear. They rap in Xhosa, fully Xhosa. They're from the hood." So I was like, "Who are they? They're like, yeah, you know them. So he called me to his house, and that's where I met El Nino.
Okay.
It was El Nino at the time, Umapi, and it was Ubukulu, I think. It was Redondo, yes. Because you must understand, Ja is the last born.
Yeah.
So he's the last guy to
That's
be
why
part of
he's
the
the last born.
Exactly. So those are the guys that Killer was talking about.
Okay.
And when I heard them rap, it was something slightly different.
Okay.
From what I heard from
Udet. Okay.
You know, because Udet was more like we are ringa, you know, like he was more talking, and they were more in a rhythm and poetry type of rhyming. Yeah, you know, and obviously, you know, I mean, you're from Kakiad, I'm from Kakiad, so we have these different words that nobody else understands.
Yeah,
understand. So Driemanskap were the guys that actually, I would say, took it to the next level.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. You know, by like, you know, being successfully commercial as Spaza,
obvious.
as a Spaza rap group from Ekasi, you know, underground, and despite that, you know, I mean, they've traveled quite extensively individually, and also as a group, you know, they've been to
Sure.
France, they've been to Reunion Island, to, you know, so
But now, my city. Okay, sure. That's how Spaza started from me ringas, OTAT and all of that. But then there were other factors as surround Spaza as
That's
well.
right.
Like reggae, there were people that
Oh,
were
yeah.
doing reggae. Yourself,
Myself,
yeah, but
that's right.
There were other factors around it, and because I feel Guti Spaza is umbrella of so many other kids.
Exactly. It's almost like a
Mama-
subgenre.
yeah,
Yeah,
yabona
yeah,
that
yeah,
ekhulise abanye abantwana ngaphansi kwayo.
I fully agree.
So what would you say indima yespaza played kweyakho I career within the music industry?
Well, Spaza played a big role in my career because, like I said, you know, ixesha elininzi besirama nge-English, you know, or you know, well, English predominantly.
Yeah.
And my cousin Zoro always was emphasizing in Dobana, you know, as much as you rhyme in English, but it's also important to kind of, you know, integrate your language into the whole thing, you know, because this is how you get to reach to your own people.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
As much as you know, the way my approach to the whole music thing was like, I want to be global.
Okay.
I always felt like
So
one
so
day
you using English, was you trying to buy Mavagale
global.
everywhere? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And it kind of worked.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
did.
It worked.
You've traveled.
Quite a lot.
You have traveled.
Yeah, I'm actually traveling next month again, you know, so I've traveled quite a lot. But indima idlalile Spaza to I career yami is
Yeah.
that a lot of our songs as Chronic Land were actually Spaza infused.
Okay.
We had a lot of songs that were you know in our language in vernac, especially my cousin Zora was emphasizing that. So that kind of inspired us also as the rest of the group.
Okay.
And even if you would do raga, you would still infuse some Xhosa.
Okay.
You know, like
We
dala
think-
sibaxelela kugogopheswano abafuni umamela sifuna ubona utshintsho mas ngenendaweni wonke umuntu ofuna mo sibabulala nge-style keeping it low pro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So-
Now I want to hear more.
So we you know,
Yeah.
I mean, this for me, it really kind of, when I go to a foreign territory,
Yeah.
I had to prove myself as Umdu Osuka from a different place.
Okay.
You know, which is
Using this
Mzansi,
language.
which is a Cooks, you understand exactly, which is a Mzansi, South Africa, you know. So I had to kind of prove myself and do certain songs in a language that they gonna feel like it's very interesting because into bangazange bayiva.
Baiva before.
You understand? Yeah.
But you've worked more on the production side of things with artists as Spaza specifically.
For sure.
And there's quite a lot of them. Go bano so sebenze nabo that abanye bantu mhlambi don't even know, but you've worked with such artists.
I worked with Dat, DAT. I would say the godfather of this whole thing, you know, this whole ringers, Spaza. And then I worked with Driemanskap. I got to record Inansega Zabo, the first demo. Pizza Zamatota, Mume, Kwek Matota, and what is the other one? I forgot. I got to work with Unru.
Oh, yeah.
I got to record Unru. I got to work with damn, there's so many.
There's so many.
So many of them.
I know you. I know you've worked with C's as well.
Yes.
Wes Kenage is amongst the new ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you've worked with a lot of them.
A lot of guys. I'm trying to think like off the top of my head. I work with a lot of guys. I work with a guy called Lokshinism,
Okay.
who is also like a pioneer of this whole thing. But sadly, Lokshinism disappeared. Like
Yeah.
this is like around 2005, I think 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
He just disappeared, and he was one of. I mean, the word itself says it. His name, Lokshinism. So that's one of the legends that I worked with. I worked with numerous MCs. Kanye.
Yeah,
I
Kanye as
I
well.
recorded Kanye's half of Kanye's album. Indomis Figile. Who else, man?
And how was the experience every time you got to work with a different artist from Spaza? Because I can imagine, but the vibe is
Vibe,
different. Yeah.
No, obviously, there's always been a different energy, different
Yeah.
vibe. Also, you get to learn how artists is spananjani.
Okay.
Because song is in formula zethu xa
Yeah.
studio. Abanye, they come to the studio and they write their rhymes in the studio. Abanye bafika sebe studio.
Yeah.
You know, and also you get to learn how fast people work and how slow people work and how much patience you need. You know, how many takes people take before they get to the real take. You know, but I worked with quite a number of them, and it's been also, like I say, helpful in my career, not only as an MC and as a umdokwele staging, but also as a producer, as an engineer. You know, I got to learn a lot from these guys. Yeah.
Let's talk about the All NYs.
Yeah.
Wow. All NYs was back in the day the biggest. If the artist pay for banga All NYs,
No, big up who Coriander,
Yeah.
Lady Slice, and the whole All NY's entourage for, you know, they did a good thing for establishing such a thing, because if you remember, there were no events that took place on weekends.
At all.
So Wongumdu, you know, Beas by Cooks, Sports Complex, NY1, you know, and then now sometimes I would like get Red Bull, you know, so we would have Red Bull to put up the stage, the track. So, you know, All NYs was really a platform for most the artists, you know, to be known, you understand? And a lot of them actually got to be known, you know, from All NYs.
Would you say by most yabo zaziwa All NYs?
I would say, I mean, look, artists like Del South Origins. Exactly, Buntu, exactly, Bongs. I also work with them, you know. Who else? There's a lot of guys. I think Pizzo
as well.
Pizzo was performing quite a lot, but
Yeah.
obviously Drew was performing quite a lot
Yes,
there,
yes.
and that's how also
Tacy.
Nayek, Tacy, R.I.P. Tacy. There were quite a number of MCs that actually got their name from All
the
NYs,
All
you know.
NYs.
Yeah. So
it's not
enough respect.
You got your numbers and the fame through All NYs.
No, not at all. It's the same as if you would say my house, NY9 number 1, is the house where it was like a melting pot for artists.
Yeah.
So my cousin had a little setup,
Your
a little
crib was
studio.
always full.
Always full. So
Always.
all of the guys came through. You know, Driemanskap. We had Ghetto Muffin. We had.
Get to my
You remember
face.
Ghetto Muffin? Say, "Hey, Rucha, babe, pere, like, respect, man. Like Sugar, Ginger Cobra is out in LA now.
Wow.
We had a lot of artists. Kanye. We had Lungelo Lupelwana. We had man. It was a melting pot.
Yeah. Now, most of the time, abantu xa bethetha nge-artists are back in the days with this Spaza, you think groupies. There were a lot of those, right?
Yeah, there were.
Oh.
There were groupies. I mean, I know, for instance, Engine, Pagum Engine, you know, we always had ladies, you know. But it's not like, you see, the thing is, we are not just artists.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about now me and my crew.
Okay.
We are also kind of not religious, but we are very much spiritual. You understand?
Okay.
So it was, for us, it was not about like taking advantage of the ladies when you come to our place.
But you would do something with the ladies.
Well, not like on a sexual level or whatever, but you know, we try to integrate them. You know, some of them wanted to be rhyming, or
Because I was gonna say that some of them came through because they wanted to sing, they wanted to,
Exactly.
but then going via sexual those.
well, like fortunately, they came to the right people. You understand? Because I speak for myself and for my crew. I know for myself and my crew.
Okay.
We were not all about smashing ladies and all of these things. You know, we were.
So you've
more,
never smashed a groupie?
Me? No. Not really.
Come
I can't really. Wait,
Come
let me
on,
think.
Cross.
Actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice. But it's not something that my career
It
was
came
not.
with the territory. Look, I'm not gonna.
Look,
no one is judging.
It's not something that is in my drive. You understand? It's not something that has been my drive. You
Yeah.
know? But we really kind of helped out a lot of you know, female
Yeah.
MCs or like aspiring female businessmen
Okay.
or businesswomen, because we also got to be businessmen. You
Yeah,
understand? So
true.
these ladies were coming there to learn like how to run a business because they could see okay, we are moving in the right trajectory. You understand?
Yeah. But I remember I had a chat with Gugu on season 1, with a lady in the hip hop. In fact, because she said it live.
Yeah.
But if she would have slept with half the niggas in Spaza, she would have been far.
Oh my gosh.
What does that make you feel as one of the OGs Spaza?
Look, for him now, I feel like, I even see it on social
And
media.
I'm talking about Khan, by the way, Khan Grizzly. Shout out to you, my
Oh,
babe.
Khan Grizzly.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Big up to the sister. Yeah, she's also quite prominent.
Yes.
Well, look, for me, it's like this. I don't feel like it's a necessity for you to sell yourself, as a lady to get to higher heights. I think it's more about connecting with the right people.
Yeah.
The people with the right attitudes.
Yeah.
And the people with the right, how can I say, upbringing.
True.
You understand? Because,
Ababazo smash her once or twice.
well, it's not, for me, it's not like you got to smash, you got
Yeah,
to,
but I'm saying,
but
at least
I understand.
I'll smash her once or twice.
Well, in a way. You're going somewhere else, Wendy. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
anyway.
for me, I don't think you need that. Look, for instance, we had about 4 or 5 females in my group that were part of Chronic Land.
Okay.
Before now, I was like a prominent member of Chronic
Okay.
Land. There were other members of Chronic Land, and I know for sure that none of them got smashed. None of them got taken advantage of.
Okay.
It was more about their talent, them showcasing their talent,
Yeah.
and them wanting to take their talent to the next level. You understand? So I feel like if female artists, you don't necessarily need to go that direction. You don't
Yeah.
need to sell yourself, to get to higher heights. You
Yeah.
can always do it on your own. You need the right people who's going to give you the support. And respect yourself.
Yeah. Now to the big question. What happened to Spaza, bruh?
What happened to Spaza? Ish, that's quite a tricky one. I think, you see, the thing is, Spaza has quite a very, is it the right word, niche? Very niche market.
Okay.
It's not like a big market.
Yeah,
So, for instance, I don't know how many Xhosa speakers you have in South Africa, but for a group like, I'll make a typical example, a group like Driemanskap, not to be able to sell not even 500,000, not even
On
a
the
quarter
platforms
million,
they've been.
at least 100,000, 100,000 copies or 100,000 singles or 100,000 CDs, whatever. That shows you that the market, there is a market. Ne?
Yeah.
But the thing is, the question would be, do the people in that market, the consumer now I'm talking about,
yeah.
do they necessarily have the means to buy the music?
Yeah.
I think this is where the problem
The problem lies.
I think the problem is not with where Spaza is. I think the problem is with the consumers of Spaza music.
Okay. So does that mean that Abandu, the consumers is Spaza, are
Abathengi.
still babalab? So if you fly out of the community Spaza lab,
Yes.
then that means our chances of you making it are close to non-existent.
Well, for me, it's like this. If you're gonna only focus on a market that is very small, or that is there, but the culture of buying is not there,
Yeah.
then you kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Because look, for about recording ngoma, we need the studio. These studios need demand.
Yeah.
Then you need a mixing engineer for about mixing of mic sound exactly. Then you need a mastering engineer. As long as there's no
Yeah.
Now for somebody to get that song for free, when you put in, like, maybe let's say you put in 10 grand or
Yeah.
maybe 5 grand, let's go like low, 5 grand. and then somebody goes on YouTube, downloads the song for free. You know, I think it's unfair.
But who put up the song to begin with on YouTube?
Well, the thing is, these digital platforms.
Yeah.
When you go on a distribution deal,
Okay.
they have options of putting your music for streaming platforms, for this, for that,
Yeah.
Amazon, and this and that. So YouTube is one of the platforms where they put your music out there. You understand?
True.
But the thing is, the quality that you get on the YouTube is not necessarily the quality that you get when you buy. You understand? But now abantu bathanda i-shortcuts ke
Yeah.
ngokubona. Aqonda instead bandibhatala ufundi i-10 rand for ingoma yakhe
Uyafuna
ngayifumana apha
le-
ku-YouTube
yeah.
nokuba iquality ayilow.
Funny you should say that because when I was doing the show, hip hop, people would actually request for ingoma ze artist from me. Sisifuna ngicela ukunike WhatsApp number yami, ngicela ungithumelele la ngoma ubuyidlala kabani bani.
Nanso-ke.
I'm like, no, it doesn't
Nanso-ke.
work like
Nanso-ke.
that. So
You see?
it's funny you should say that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that Spaza going quiet. Because let's not say it's dead. Let's say it went quiet from the noise it was doing. Yeah, but I can't say, I don't know, but I don't want to say, Bana, it's because of the market. Because also, what is it that you guys, the OGs, the artists, Spaza, were doing that, navelena ye kuyenza kwathi cwaka?
Well, you see, the thing is, like I say, you know, you start to, as you grow as an artist, you know, you start to realize, okay, you know, you need to tap into other markets. You want your music, you want your music to reach somebody out in Japan. You want your
Yeah.
music to reach somebody wherever, you know, and you need to have a certain approach to that. You understand? Whereby you put a lot of professionalism into it, to your craft. Yeah, you understand? Going back to like in theater,
Yeah.
how you record your song, who mixes the song, who masters the song,
Yeah.
who does your artwork, all of those things, they play an important role in somebody who is a potential client to say, can I really put money into this song?
Oh, okay.
Or can I not put money into the song? Or should I not? You understand? So it boils down to the artist really making sure Guti, they work on their product.
Yeah.
You know, from production to writing to, you know, the sonically it should sound properly. But now when I listen to a lot of stuff that a lot of guys put out now, and maybe let's say, let me go back like maybe 10 years back, like from 2012, the quality is not necessarily international standard.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Is it a national standard?
I would say national, but you must understand South Africa is quite also an international country.
Nation, yeah.
You know, as Malema would say, country, international country. But the thing is, for me, is like, so now what I decided is like, okay, you know what, I'm going to make music, not only for the locals, but I'm going to make music for the international market.
Okay.
And then I realized that for the international market, it actually works. You understand? Like people actually buy quality. They love to buy what they deem to be international quality. So
Yeah.
if they would play a song from, let's say, Mna, and they would play a song from whoever is successful, the quality is the same.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay, I get
and
you.
those are the factors that play a role in the consumption. Like umntu othengayo,
Yeah.
do they really want to pay for something that is not good quality? Or would they rather pay for something
Yeah.
that they deem to be international quality?
So-
I think we lack that.
Yeah. So all of this boils down to into bana mhlambe artists zespaza. People went hungry.
People went hungry.
Ispaza sathi xhaka.
People went hungry, and then secondly, yeah, it goes back to people went hungry, because then if people cannot afford to record quality material, then it proves that they went hungry. So they cannot really put like 1,000 rand on making
Yeah.
solid production, you know what I mean? Because I mean, especially now with the COVID, 2
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
you know, my last international travel was Japan actually. In 2020, at the height of the whole virus.
Iqanise zothu, yeah.
Understand? Yeah. So that's the last time I got to get out of the country, and only next month I'm going to be starting to get out of the country again. But what I'm trying to say is I'm talking about my formula now, and I wish that like most artists that are watching can learn from it.
Yeah.
I started making music not only for myself, my friends, my family, but rather for the world. You understand? And I got to see Uguti, it really pays off, right?
Yeah.
So people outside of SA, for instance, they love to listen to music with a message.
Yeah.
In SA, it's a completely different ball game. People want to groove instead of listening to the message. You understand? And then the people who want to groove are able to pay 20 grand, 30 grand, maybe over 2 nights, spending on alcohol, putting it on deck for everybody to see.
Yeah.
But they would never pay 10 rand to pay for a single. Do you understand? You understand?
Yeah.
So they were like, no, man, I saw Crosby, I can always get his CD for free.
Well, let me just talk to him.
Let me just talk to him. So, but now you have many ways now how to get your music out there.
Yeah.
And I gone that Londela for the first time just 2 months ago. I went on and I registered myself on Bandcamp. Right? With Bandcamp, which is a free platform for any musician out there. If ufuna uthengisa music wako and ufuna uthengisa for free, awubhadali, please check out bandcamp.com. This allows you to ubeke music wako online, and then people have the choice of paying from $1 unyuka for your song. You understand? And I released a single last month. And I can tell you that today I made $30 from a single. People are buying off Bandcamp for a single. This is from people all over the world.
Yeah.
You understand? Because this is the beauty of having music online.
Omnyumdu would say that it's all good because at the end of the day,
That's right.
making sure that your music is
Online,
international and all of that. However, what's your take on you being you're doing well internationally but not so well at home?
For me, it's actually, I feel like I'm free.
Ne?
Yeah, because I can walk in the mall and nobody knows me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It's all
I
good.
walk in the mall, nobody knows me. But if I go in Switzerland and I walk somewhere in the streets of Lucerne or of Bern or Basel, or I'm in Berlin or I'm in Munich, then it's a different thing.
Okay.
Because I'm very conspicuous there. Oh, yeah, you Crosby, I know you. You have that song with that guy, Because another thing is collaboration is also very important as an artist. So I learned to go, okay, you know what? In order to tap into a certain market, I have to collaborate with a certain artist who is very much active in their territory. You understand? And then they also see good in I'm also active in my territory as much as I might not be as famous. Yeah. You understand? But they can see, hey, this guy is always moving. Every second month is going up the country.
Which is better, fame or money?
That's the thing now. So I did a workshop at Bridges for Music, and I asked the students, so what would you really go for, fame or money? Because I can tell you one thing. I know a whole lot of guys who are famous, but who are broke. And I know a whole lot of guys who have a whole lot of money, and nobody knows them. You understand? So I prefer to maybe
money
go
in the
that side.
bank.
Exactly. Make money and still be me.
Would you say though, someone somewhere messed up Spaza train, because literally Spaza train and then all of a sudden stops? Would you say
I think it has to do with for me it has to do with the support.
Yeah.
It has to do with the support.
Okay.
Abantu abamamela Spaza ndiyacela man. Ndicela nithenga umculo, yabo. Ndicela nithenga umculo because nakani understand ukuthi thina sizi artist si survive ngeze rand nezi 5 rand nezi 10 rand nizisebenzisayo for uba nithenga umculo wethu. You understand? So once nina nithi yubani ndiyamazi zavele ndiye ku YouTube okanye ndivele ndiye kuye ngicela ingoma bluetoothele ayisebenzi loo nto, you understand? Please man, sicela nisupport, and kwabo basupportayo siyanibulela man ngesupport yenu,
Yeah.
because without nina khopho sinoya khona, you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take with the new Spaza artists that are coming up? The likes of Bravo,
Bravo,
the likes, yeah, Kona, Bebesano Sebenzano, MT.
What's this kid? Yeah.
Yeah, this kid. Flash, Kumkani, yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not gonna. I don't disrespect anybody's,
Hustle.
craft and hustle and everything. I think also, I have to now tell you, I'm turning 40 this year. You know what I mean? So I'm really an OG, and my taste of music, the music that I grew up on, music in Kulangao,
Yeah.
because you must understand, my father was a reggae DJ, my grandmother was a classical music singer, and then my mom, Beli Kakagazi, so there's many elements.
So many.
Exactly, But like, I grew up with these different sounds, and this new sound that is coming out now is something that I really, really get used to. You understand? The rhyming scheme could be good. I mean, a lot of these guys can really rhyme well, but I come from an era where the main reason uwenza umculo is to convey a message.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Is to make sure that umdo phake crowd has got something to dissect.
Yeah.
Nesithi sapara ephunga qone yo ufuni
Irrelevance,
ukho lyric endikhethileyo pha entouchileyo, and maybe I need to change something about myself or change something about me, or it can I can help somebody
Yeah.
who has who's going through the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Through the lyric that I heard from Bolani. So music for me has always been a medium to convey a message,
Okay.
and I think most of the music right now glorifies a lot of material, money, sex, and all these things.
Girls and
I mean, these are
booze,
things that is bubomi,
Yeah.
it's part of our lives, but I feel like I would really gravitate to the new sound if it would be with less of that and more of the reality.
Okay.
Speaking about GBV, speaking about many things, like crime,
Drugs and all of that, yeah.
You understand what I mean? Speaking about social ills,
Yeah.
and this is what the whole basis of hip hop is all about. That it's a sound that has always been a revolutionary sound.
Yeah.
Umculo wochinjo, you understand? If it would be the 70s, 60s, 70s,
Yeah.
during the apartheid era, you know what I mean? It would be, I would put hip hop as the same as our Steve Biko, because they were revolutionaries,
Okay.
and they were speaking out,
Yeah.
and speaking for the poor.
through the music.
Exactly. So
Do you think that ikhona into enoyenziwa to bring back Spaza to where it was?
yeah, I think it needs into nokwenziwa, and it goes back to one of the factors that I said. Like, I think Amajita or the ladies need to bring back the message in the music,
Okay.
because during the grassroots of Spaza, if you remember,
Yeah.
a lot of guys were rapping about the situation that they were
Yeah,
living in,
true.
the poverty, the crime, the robberies,
Yeah.
.
I remember there's one song, Taisi, the Mike Zilla,
Yes.
where he's rapping about how he's gonna die, and that's actually how he died.
There we go.
B-
You see?
Through his work, because he was working for his
FGs, Fidelity Guards, Fidelity Guards.
Fidelity doors.
Exactly.
And that's exactly how he died.
There you go. Because as much as we are physical beings, Singabandu, we are spiritual beings, and to have the gift of music
Yeah.
is really a big blessing, and I don't take it for granted. Hence, I really feel blessed. I mean, I'm on my second passport now. I traveled so much, I even forgot certain countries I've been to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all through music, and
Yeah.
and also like ukubona abantu still reaching out to you and say, hey man, that song that you put out has actually changed my life. I remember one time I did a show in Switzerland, and 2 days later I was just walking down the streets, and one guy who was working for a construction company
Yeah.
started singing my hook, what's going on in this world, You know, I was like, and I turned around. So it's like, yo, man, I was there in the front in your show. You know, so I was like,
great.
wow, you know. And for me, those are the things that count the most. It's not the
Yeah.
money, you know.
Yeah.
Money is something that we need, obviously. Imali, so you need to sit as you know.
course.
It's something that we will always need. But for me, money is not what I put first, but I put much more humanity first, and I put, you know, love first, and I put, I put humans first before money. You
All
understand?
right. And just in closing, we're about to close it out, you guys. In fact, this is the last question.
Yes.
Is Spaza dead?
Is Spaza dead? No. And why I say no is that I still work with a lot of prominent Spaza guys. I work with Redondo. I work with let me think now. Damn, there's a lot of these guys. Sometimes I forget their names. But I work with a lot of guys. Let me just put it like that.
Abasa Pushi Spaza.
Abasa Pushi Spaza, and they still got a lot to say. They still got a lot of good things to say, you know, and they still keeping the root of Spaza, you know, which is about a message at the end of the day. You understand? Yeah. So enough respect to those who are still keeping the culture of conveying a message, because Umculo has always been a vehicle to convey a message.
Awesome, man. You've heard it from the OG himself, you guys. This is season 2, episode number 1.
Bam! Keep it locked with my sister, Fundi.
We
Okay?
out.
Salute.
Telling me now, yo, telling me what I want up in the streets. Me live me life and me not stress.